because yeah, of course, I have nothing to say.
Thanks, God.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine I would do speeches. You have to be aware.
Then it will be very full of people.
Maybe. Yeah, or. Yeah. Yeah.
Where is this British woman who was sitting with
Eileen.
us? Eileen?
She's coming, yeah.
She's coming.
Yeah.
And Keith? He's also still here? Keith?
Keys?
Keith.
Case?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Case.
yeah.
Okay.
But they were both on time.
Mm.
Maybe you brought a question? From Carl or from somewhere?
Yeah, the question was so heavy that I didn't put it into my luggage.
Okay, yeah, well, that's good.
I left it in Berlin, and I thought it is important that I get my underwear and the t-shirt and the trousers, and the question was very heavy.
So, that sounds
I
very
left
good
it
actually.
in my cupboard,
Yeah,
in my question cupboard.
that sounds
It's
good.
empty,
Yeah,
but full of questions.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't have to ask anything. It's just you brought the important things, the trousers and the shirt. So no, it's
It's good for the others, ne? To be dressed up.
kind of, yeah.
It has a certain respect.
Yeah, I mean,
But
in the
I
end,
like
it's
to
good
be
for
naked.
yourself.
Like, my plan is to go to the beach
Yeah,
and to undress myself.
at the beach.
With
Yeah.
the sun.
Yeah, I kind of have a similar plan for today.
Similar
Yeah,
means you go there dressed and then you undress yourself.
kind of like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the idea. I don't know which
Your
beach exactly.
Your bump is already brown.
Not really. No, the weather wasn't too good actually. It was raining 2 days ago, so
Interesting. Yes.
I haven't been at the beach that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you look having a nice tang.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Thanks.
Do I look pale?
Not really. Could be worse for a German actually. Coming from Berlin, it could be worse. I think.
But still I have that cloud. It's good to have a cloud because of the shadow for here. It's nice.
What do you mean by the cloud?
Germany is very cloudy.
Okay.
It rains a lot and the
Oh.
sun is not really getting through the
Mm.
clouds.
So it's
So everybody in Germany kind of is moving with the cloud,
Mm.
you know, because you
Yeah,
take
it's
it,
the- yeah.
you know, it's always here. But it is an advantage for
Apparently.
countries
but-
that are warm, you know.
Yeah.
You don't need this sun hat, what's it called? Sun hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Or an umbrella.
In Germany, yeah.
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 You
That's
know,
good for
in
me.
Germany is not so advantage to have the cloud because you need sun.
Yeah. But I need
Problem.
also a sun hat because I get
Okay.
burned very.
It starts with me also here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great non-dual wisdom there.
You see, yeah, it's pouring out every word.
Yeah, it's nice to be in such a setting like this.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in a good environment. So I feel relaxing.
Yeah.
It's nice, good place. And yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm searching a good environment,
Okay.
people with same resonance or similar resonance.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Also, Ibiza is very beautiful. Have you ever come to Berlin?
Yeah, I've lived there. For 3 years I've lived in Berlin. Actually.
Where?
In the Bötzow-Viertel. You know, it's between Prenzlauer Berg and Friedrichshain.
Okay.
It's actually directly at the park. At the Friedrichshain Park.
Yeah, okay. This part I don't know so well. I'm coming from the western part. From
Okay.
Spandau.
Oh, that's far out.
That's
That's far out.
That's
and
really
far away,
out.
yeah.
And in former times, Friedrichshain belonged to the east.
Yeah, I know.
Now it is united.
Yeah.
It is European. No?
Yeah.
In a very large sense, it is worldly.
Yeah.
In a larger sense, it is cosmic. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
We don't
You
really
know,
get that.
I belong to that kind of. No, I'm not a Berlin.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
not Berlin. We say
Wow.
Gesundheit in Germany,
Thanks.
and here they say Jesus. Jesus.
Nope.
Mm. Nice, no? And what I wanted to say is that in that time when there was a separation between East and West,
Yeah.
Friedrichshain belonged to the East.
To the east, yeah, I know.
And we were separated by a wall, the Berlin Wall. And after breaking down the wall, after the unification, then I didn't visit there. But I have heard it's a very beautiful place. So, compliment.
You have never been to Eastern Germany, to East Berlin.
Yes, but not deeply. More like a tourist.
Yeah, we still have some kind of problems with the eastern parts.
Yeah, which ones? Which
Or
problems?
not okay. Wait.
Yeah. Now we have them in the western parts also. Same. we have also problems. Same problems.
No, I was thinking we just think of the eastern parts as something one doesn't really want to go, coming from the west.
Can you please repeat?
I think that many Germans still have some many Western Germans still think of the eastern parts as
Negative.
some
Okay.
place one doesn't want
Because
to
they
go.
are prejudiced. They have yes, I
Ah.
understand. Yeah. A little bit I have it also.
Yeah,
to be
me too.
honest.
I'm coming from Stuttgart, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm from the western part. I just lived there for 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that. Little. Well, it's a respect also.
It's a
A respect of the unknown, the unknown people for me, with the unknown culture, which was separated. So I'm very respectful, and I'm also admiring their knowledge, their wisdom, their culture, their
Okay.
approach.
Yeah.
And the more east you come, the more familiar it gets to me also. Like, for example, India, Japan, Buddhism. Yeah. Mm. I have started far more in the east, and now slowly I'm coming back towards west
coming back to what happens.
to what is happening. Yeah. Hey, Eileen.
Good morning.
Oh.
Actually, it's a little bit not the right interpretation or understanding.
Yeah,
My
or
individual understanding is that I could go very deep
yeah,
inside, like in India, for example.
yeah,
And now coming back to the West, I have a problem how to
assimilate or something.
assimilate, how to
Yeah,
cultivate, or how to be it simply.
yeah,
I have a big problem with that. I get pulled every moment in Berlin
yeah,
into the old, and
yeah.
then I repeat it again and
Yeah.
again.
Probably you never left the old in a way. You just had a little break by having another state in India. Maybe it just was another
Exactly.
state, yeah.
Yeah, but the quality of suffering is there
Well, in India.
in Germany.
In Germany.
In India, not.
for you.
Yes, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I have said I like the settings. You know, where the suffering is getting mild, or where I can express myself, I say, in the true way and not in the theater way,
Yeah.
and the lying way in the West. I'm consciously lying.
Okay. Why?
Not to get involved in unnecessary discussions with my family, with my working people.
Mm.
Then I have to explain a lot. And
Oh, not really, but
well,
yeah. That's what
I
happens.
avoid
Well, that's what
questions.
happens.
Yeah, I avoid questions with them. Yeah, that's about the environment. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
well,
here.
actually, that's a dream, I would say. That there is someone depending on an environment, or whose peace is depending on an environment. So, in a way, me is or that's the dream, actually, that I am someone and that my peace is dependent on what I experience.
Yeah. Exactly, this is what I have said. This is happening in Berlin with me.
Yeah,
The
that's in a
structure,
way,
the
but
same,
yeah.
is simply repeating itself.
Yeah,
And
but me will always live in a way in that duality. Me will always live in good and bad. So there will always be experiences that are good, and the story added to that me would be that actually I should be able to create more of that experiences. And me will always have experiences that it experiences as bad, and of course things that I should or could learn to not have these experiences. So yeah, I would say that's just how it is.
yes,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
This is my understanding also. Yeah.
yeah. And me
It's,
just
not
can't really escape that setup, because me is the creator of that setup.
Yes, exactly. The whole thing is a creation of the me.
In a way, one could say so.
He
Yeah.
is the smallest creation of the me. Little creation is there for the setting, but the rest, like all the mundane problems, they have left. It's not
For you, right now.
Yes, only for me. I guess for the others also.
Okay, but I think that's still a state you are talking of, because for the moment you created a moment, a break where you don't have to think. You are on holiday. You know, you created, apparently
Yeah.
you created a situation which you experience as good or as healthy, or
Yeah.
by consciously arranging, by giving you a break, by consciously arranging things as not stressful.
Mm.
That's fine, but it's actually still work. It's actually you
Yes,
still
yes.
creating
And,
work.
this is my habit. Yeah.
So yeah.
This is
What's the message here is, one could say, that this whole experience of I am someone, that's the dream actually.
Yes.
Well,
This
And
I
that there
can
is-
see.
yeah. There's no
I am
solution
a
to that dream,
Yeah.
or awakening from that dream, or that would be the dream.
Yes.
That
also.
there's a way
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
Other than what we might call liberation. The death of that setup, or the end of that setup of me, which in the end no one survives. So there isn't a solution. There isn't really a solution.
Mm. Right. Honestly, makes me angry. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watch it.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
don't fight it,
Yeah,
but it makes me very angry.
yeah,
Just this point.
yeah, of course.
Mm.
Sorry about that. Something wrong with it.
Secret agent.
Doesn't normally do that sometimes. Must have put it in the wrong way. I think.
She's communicating with aliens.
Yeah, in a way, it's just frustrating
And
For the me, it's
frustration,
frustrating.
Yeah, it's
to
very
permanently
tough.
try and work
Yeah.
on its peace and not
Yeah.
managing to to
And nothing works
finally
out.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have really tried a lot,
yeah,
and nothing has worked out.
yeah, absolutely.
And now I give up, and I'm just pissed and angry.
Yeah, that's what's left when
Yeah.
there's a little
Thank
break.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
you.
You're very welcome. Man. You caught up very quickly.
Welcome to the group.
Obviously, everybody thinks that.
It is obvious that I'm new.
Now you're one of us.
Yeah. At least I'm not alone. I have found.
Well, that's the dream, but
Yeah, I know.
in fact you are alone.
I know.
Or me is alone.
Or me is not alone.
Yeah, I can live in the illusion of
Can
connection,
both, can
but
both be the illusion. I
Yeah.
have tried both.
yeah, okay,
I have said I am,
yeah,
and I noticed, fuck.
yeah,
Then I tried I'm not. I'm
Right.
nothingness.
yeah.
I
w-
gave up everything, totally.
Yeah,
And
but it
I-
wasn't really
And
I
I
am
went
not.
into the mountains, and
Yeah.
I thought, wow, I've got it. I'm so silent. Mind is so empty.
Mm.
Really.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah,
went, to
that's-
the, then I went to the west and I said, oh shit. What I said before, nah?
Yeah.
So, and now I simply drop to be or not to be.
Yeah, of
But
course. I
what
mean,
comes up is
yeah,
also not.
yeah. I mean, all there is
It
what
belongs to
happens. So,
It also belongs to the happening. Even
of
that
course, absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
also a state.
Yeah, yeah. But of course, if you are trying to be I am not, that is
Yeah.
still I am in a way.
Yeah,
But
always the same.
yeah, it's
Just
just I
a
am.
different outfit,
Yeah,
a different mind structure, a
Exactly.
different idea.
exactly. It's just a different idea.
So, yeah.
Though you're right, it's not really a question of I am or I am not, which still sound like two things.
Yeah,
Actually, one could say they are just
the same.
melt
It's just
into as to become the unknown.
Mm,
I am is illusory. Absence
I'm
in
not
that,
also.
yeah. Absence of I am isn't really the counterpart to the presence of I am. It sounds a bit like, but that would be a story. That would be two. Because the thing is that the presence of I am, that I'm here, is just illusory. In that sense, it doesn't really go or have
If you
to
think
go.
that you
It's
are the
just
presence,
Yeah, that's experienced. I am.
always both things, no? If you think that you are present, the me, then it is illusion.
That's the illusion that I am
But the
present.
presence could be illusion or not. You never know.
It depends on what you.
In fact, the presence is always there.
It depends on how you define presence.
Exactly. This is what I try.
Yeah.
This presence is always here. That presence is the illusion.
Yeah, one could say all there is presence,
Yes?
but without having an experience of itself.
Yes. Huh?
But
The
this,
being, the being presence. No?
yeah, one could call
Yeah.
this presence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
it is the truth. We cannot define it.
absolutely.
We
However
cannot,
word you
we
use.
cannot
Yeah.
say this is shit. But it, from the definition, I call it truth,
Okay.
which is only a word.
Yeah.
The presence is also only a word.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
It's impossible to define it.
Absolutely.
We talked yesterday about it.
Did we?
Yeah. You said to me,
Was it evening number 13
I
or?
think it was number 4 glasses maybe, I don't remember. I do remember.
no, but I wanted to share your wisdom
I'm
because
honest.
you said there is listening. You remember?
Yeah.
You said. To me, when I said, I am listening,
Mm.
and you said there is listening.
That's what Andreas says all the time, isn't it? There's just listening or just talking.
Apparently, yeah. Yeah.
I forgot the apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of what I say.
Yeah, thank you. Right. That's a nice answer, I like. Are you also recommending like exercise, for example, yoga or?
Of course not.
Mm.
No, I don't recommend anything.
Mm. Nothing.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Because what for? To whom? That would be the complete illusion in a way.
Mm.
That there is someone who could or should do anything or could do in all. That is all there is. So what happens is all there is, and one could almost say literally. There isn't anything else happening. So there is no me there. There is no me here. So I'm not knowing anything, or I'm not ahead. So I can't suggest anything to you. I wouldn't know what for.
Mm.
You know, the whole idea of suggestion would be about that there is some better or worse state, and that you could consciously work on that, or that there is something like happiness or real happiness, and that something can be done for that. And I would say this is all part of the dream of I am.
Mm.
So there are absolutely, in that sense or for that message, there's absolutely no suggestion possible.
Mm.
It's not coming from a new idea that it's better to not give. It's just impossible.
Mm. Mm. Thank you.
Because the mere question of what could I do to make my life better in a way comes from an illusory standpoint. Because exactly that is the illusion, that I am and that I have a life and that I have to consciously operate within my life, so to speak. That's exactly the dream. But as I maybe just as I understand or as I describe I am, or as far as this message is concerned, I am is not a thought or a conditioning. It's just really a feeling of I am here.
Like the presence.
Exactly,
The
like
truth.
an experience of presence.
Mm.
I'm here now as
Oh,
an
yeah.
energetic sensation or as an energetic sense
Mm.
of presence.
Mm.
So this is what I would call the dream, which in the end isn't really there, but yeah. So the whole idea of me having a life, as I just described, and operating in that life, that would be all the dream.
Mm. I see.
So it really comes down, in a way, apparently, to this is all there is. That's it.
Mm.
That is
No,
wholeness.
no. Thank you.
There's nothing to do or not do. I couldn't even honestly suggest to relax or something. would be too much already.
Oh, you don't need to right now.
So yeah, well, yeah.
It's okay.
So get yourself together a little bit.
The German word would be reiß dich zusammen, ne?
Yeah, exactly.
What does it mean?
Get together. The same.
Oh.
Get yourself together. German. Reiß dich zusammen.
Genau.
In Bayerisch.
Grab yourself together.
Yeah, exactly. That would be in German. Rip yourself together.
That's nice. Sounds wrong in English.
Yeah. In a way, it sounds wrong in German.
Really?
Anyway.
A mouse?
Maybe.
really hard to grasp is that there's no inside. Do you know what I mean? That it feels so much like there's somebody inside here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's actually only this. There's nothing. You know. It's just.
Yeah, but in a way, this. But as a story, one could say this includes the inside. You know, as you just said it sounded like still someone being inside here, looking outside and saying this outside is all there is.
That is what. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
But in a
like-
way, all there is what happens, is
Okay.
what apparently happens. Does absolutely include that.
Yeah.
But this exactly would be the experienced separation. I'm in here, and now I should understand or get that this is all there is.
Mm.
And exactly that, one could say, remains unfulfilling because it's already experiencing a part.
Yeah. Yeah, like even the sense of somebody being inside here is part of it in order to.
I don't know what one could say so. That is what completely falls together
You can't necessarily get rid of that kind of thing. So
of
trying
what's
to get
what
rid of
apparently what's going on in. I don't really know what you mean by inside feelings of
like no,
thoughts
that like
or-
there's a separate person in here. It's very strong. Feel you know.
Yes.
And a separate person there, or whatever. It's
Yeah. Yeah, but it's impossible to get. Okay, I meant a little bit different. Yeah, that's impossible to get rid of. Or
so
no.
is that gone for you now? Is there?
Yes, absolutely.
It is gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But for that instance, it's impossible to grasp that or to get that there is nothing inside. But because all it consists of is the experience that I'm here inside. That's all me consists of.
Hmm.
Exactly that sense that I am here.
Yeah.
So there is no way for the me to make that away,
No.
or to soften that, or see through that, or.
Yeah.
And that's in a way its dilemma, that all it does is to experience it as real. And seen from the me that's just utterly strong.
Because it's energetic as well, so it's not like an idea you can get rid of, or
And
even
not
if you have
exactly.
the understanding, there's still that location, like
Absolutely, yeah.
it's totally out of your hands.
Totally,
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even saying, I mean, me might think of say me is the dream. So me might think I can undream it in some way, or I can wake up from the dream, or somehow also experience that this me isn't real. But this whole idea would need the me standpoint in the first place.
Mm.
So me can't get around itself.
No. It's kind of because the me is like an experience as such, it's something that's experienced in a way.
Me itself is the separation.
It's like an object, like something that's experienced.
It is?
Like an object, it's something separate, like something that's experienced. The me is like an experience. Like having a cup of tea is apparent. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I don't really know.
it can't really be what we are because it's experienced. The me.
Yeah, but this I would say is all already mental. This is already thinking it, some logic. Well, it can't be me because I can't. But I think the sense of I am is just here, what I am.
Mm.
And without that, one could say, there is no experience of what you truly are. So here is no experience of what I really am. There just is what apparently happens, without any sense of being that. So me, I wouldn't call me an experience in that sense, because there definitely is no one experiencing it. No one is having a me.
It's just the me that experiences the me in a way.
But one could say so, exactly. Yeah. It lives in self-consciousness, in knowing about I am. It's illusory, because there is no one, but
So for you, it's like, so there's Andreas, so is that just kind of, would you not say that's just kind of like an experience? No.
No.
No, it's just,
that's the thing. What apparently happens is Andreas, but there is no one experiencing to be Andreas.
it's just everything.
Exactly, which includes unseparately or undividedly an apparent Andreas functioning with all what he formerly, in the past, assumed to be inside thoughts, feelings, apparent processes, psychology, whatever. That apparently still goes on, but there is no instance inside experiencing itself as I am that, or I have that body, personality. I have that experience of sitting in a room. That's just died. And it's a story. I would say, yes, that's not happening anymore. That separate sense of I am someone, that's death. That would be seen from the me as death. That's death. But strange enough, as I said, in dying, it turns out that it never was real in the first place. So, but I couldn't say that presence happens. No, not.
You couldn't say that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
What do you mean?
That personal presence, that
Right,
sense
okay,
of I'm
yeah,
here
inside.
as an own separate thing.
Yeah. So all the thoughts of Andreas and whatever are no different to seeing all the other people, or that it's just like
That's all undividedly
yeah,
one.
everything.
And there is no sense of inside and outside. There is
Mm.
no reality to here and there.
Yeah.
But saying, I feel sad, how do you feel, is what apparently happens. Is life, is no thing appearing as that. Completely not dependent of you or me having that sense of separation. It would just be an apparent functioning, so to speak. How do you feel? I feel sad. Yeah, I know. We had a car crash or whatever.
It's all one movement, one,
So to speak, yeah.
like everything is affecting everything else, and it's not separate. It's just
Exactly. It's not even really affecting. It's apparent affecting, and it's an apparent movement. Because it's not really little parts affecting themselves. It's just undivided one.
like the ocean and the waves. It's just always crashing into each other and moving, but it's all ocean.
It's not even waves, I would say.
I'm just using that as a metaphor. Like it's not separate.
Yeah, I don't like that metaphor.
No.
Because it still points to a subtle division.
Well,
Like you can use it, of course. I don't. But this is not waves on an ocean. This is the ocean.
yeah, that's what I
This
mean.
is not something.
Well, waves are ocean, but not such thing. as
That's
ocean.
true.
In that respect, I mean, it's only the ocean.
Yeah.
We are the ocean.
We are the ocean.
Let's go swimming.
Yeah. From fuck you to we are the ocean. That's a real success.
fantastic again. Our morning, or Wednesday morning meetings, I love them so much.
But I mean, that's the thing. The ocean just doesn't have an experience of being the ocean.
No. It's
All
just
there is just
yeah.
ocean
Yeah.
for no one.
Yeah.
All there is this presence, no thing,
Mm.
which is chairs and breathing, and which is that, and thoughts, and
Mm. Mm.
that is the that's what I mean with the wave thing. That's not only the wave on a big ocean.
No.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
the ocean.
Yeah.
There are no waves.
Yeah, it's the ocean. It's like it's like stillness and movement. It's just like the ocean and movement is wave.
One could say so.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's an apparent movement, or it's neither movement nor still
Stillness,
stand.
no.
It's
Yeah.
ungrasped.
Yeah.
So, if we have those two buttons,
Which two bottles?
buttons.
Ah, yeah.
One is seeking for enlightenment, the other one was death.
Yeah.
And then, which one would you recommend us to press?
In a way, you can't make that up, because that would assume someone to be there who could
Of course, but-
consciously press a button.
Yeah, but if we step over that, then
Let me step over that. Tiny effect. So, what would you choose? Knowing that seeking for enlightenment doesn't lead to enlightenment, but will always remain seeking for. But no, I was trying to imply some right or wrong in that, which there completely isn't. I can't tell you. I don't know what's better or worse in that. I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
I may go for the adventure and go press death, because seeking for enlightenment, that's we are already
You know it already, yeah. Yeah.
Just to check it out. And no way to go back, of course.
Yeah, of course, there's no way to go back. Yeah.
There is a button with nuclear warheads. That could be good.
Yes, that's like that.
That could be the death button.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of
You
the
have to
class.
become president of the States to get that one.
Shoot him and see what happens.
Unless we have, it's not
That was the plan B.
difficult, is
To
it?
not,
Kill us
only,
all.
not only sell books, but also ropes and weapons. No, even that I can't suggest. Not only because there is no one to, but really because I don't know what's actually better or worse. It's both and. And one could almost say even seeking for enlightenment has its dues. It's not wrong. There is no separation in that. It's not really bad. It seems to be wrong. And it feels unfulfilling. But that's the dream.
Yeah.
But you could press the button of die and then see if actually something really happens. Maybe the worst thing happens, nothing happens. Go for the adventure. Nothing changes. That's real there.
So these two buttons are actually the same.
It's the same button.
Both are no thing, yeah.
Mm.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't get anything from death. One could say it's just the end, the end of that seeking setup,
Mm.
but which completely doesn't add anything new. There's nothing to gain, nothing to win from death.
Mm.
As a story, one could say it's the loss of the seeking setup, but nothing new comes in. And there's absolutely no experience of I'm better off. No. There's no experience, not a single experience of having an advantage, of now having done the right thing, or that it happened, or what I was seeking for happened. There's no experience of that, so it's really like pressing the button and everything remains the same, in a way. And in a way, it's a story, one could say. If I hadn't died, of course I would go on seeking. And this would be my apparent life. And this would be what apparently happens. And it would be as it is. And in a way, one could almost, not almost, in a way one could say, and it would be fine. In its own way. That I might overlook all the time, but but then one could almost say, if you push the death button and nothing happens, what remains is the real adventure. Because what remains is what apparently happens, and that's whole. So that's the real adventure. What me might assume as the last thing to be the real adventure. Sitting in a room and talking, and that's it. That's home. Just to say you would go for the real adventure, you know.
Andreas, although, as you say, nothing changes, would you say that there's just the differences, there's no me there,
Yeah.
but what happens just happens and nobody's in control of it. Would you say there are some differences for the character, the freedom of the character?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Now,
So how would you describe the difference?
I don't know, because I think that actually happens over time.
Mm.
Because it doesn't have meaning. It's a story.
Yeah.
These changes are a story. They aren't real, they don't mean anything.
Mm.
So all you can make up around that is a story. That's why I would immediately have to add time to it.
Yeah.
It's like just, there's just no one in there trying to consciously do the person
Mm.
and acting out of that seeking energy.
Mm.
No, when there is someone, what always happens is like a seeking energy, a trading, a need with the situation, with life, with other persons, with everything. And in a way, it's always, when there is someone, it's not bad, but it's always there. And so when there is no one, the whole energy of I have to do my life, I have to see what I get out of what I experience, of course, drops. And in a way that seems to have effects on
The character.
But it's very wild, I would say you can't point them out and make rules about it and say what happens. But I think there are, for sure, apparent effects.
Mm.
Because this apparent driving force of me just isn't there.
Mm. Not needing to know everything, and that's a freedom, isn't it? There's lots of aspects of it, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, whenever there is someone, there is the sense of wrongness about something.
Mm.
Either I'm wrong or the situation. It's subtle, it's not necessarily strong, but there's always the thing, this isn't it. So it's just not total.
Mm. So there's an okayness about everything.
One could say so, yeah.
Sort of.
Not an experience of
No.
okayness. That's one could say so, yeah.
Mm.
But I have the impression that I like that, which is a story too. It's like the effects, like if you have a personality in a way, or it's really
Mm.
But if you have a driving car and you drive it with 200 kilometers per hour, and suddenly there's no one in there pushing the gas,
Mm. Mm.
so it may slowly roll out. But this could be the rest 80 years of your life.
Mm.
And no one, it's all a story, and what does it mean if it would come to a stop? Maybe that never happens, but it's just the fueling energy isn't there anymore. That lives in the dream of running the show.
Mm. And you said that those differences, call them differences, come gradually over time, over apparent time.
As a story.
As a story.
But also there I wouldn't make up a rule. It's not a real
No.
linear it's...
Mm. So all those
But it's not from one day to the other.
No.
You're not able...
Mm. Mm.
It's like living on with another story. And the story is that there is no one there,
Mm.
which has its apparent effects. As every other apparent life.
Yeah.
There's change too, and whatever.
Mm.
That's how I would.
Yeah.
But there's no one experiencing it. There's no one
No.
experiencing that as a real process, as a real moving towards a real better.
Mm.
It just is what apparently happens. I mean, it was funny. This is such a question. I mean, someone, no,
Go on.
yeah, it was one of my first meetings, and someone, it's like the question of deepening, one could also say.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like what goes on after liberation. And it was completely fresh, and someone was asking me, is there a deepening? Like, and for me, the story was like, hey, sorry, I just died last week. What? What do I know?
So it's almost like different aspects of it reveal itself to you gradually.
Absolutely, yeah. Which doesn't, in that sense, have anything to do with liberation
No.
or with the end of me, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can see the difference in Tony's books over the years.
Oh, right, yeah.
Complete new aspects coming in. Complete new, not complete new, that's not really right, but
Yeah.
they're completely different. What he says now compared to 15 years ago.
Yeah.
From the apparently, not really.
Mm.
It already was coming from no one 15 years ago.
Mm. And certain words he uses too have changed.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Do you find that with yourself, that a few years ago you're expressing this message a bit slightly differently to the beginning or a few years ago?
This can't really be yes and no. Because in a way it was really the same no message. There was no message. It was really, I don't experience a change in the message itself, that there is no message. It was really no change. But yeah, it seems to, exactly.
Yeah.
It's much, I think it's wider now.
Mm.
I mean, the first meetings, they mostly were, there is no one. Maybe one time it goes back to that, but which is in a way mostly provoked by the speaking, by the asking. Many questions from many, coming from many apparent standpoints. So many different answers.
You never seem, you're always able to answer any question. You know, it seems to be.
It seems to be I'm not able to
No,
answer the question,
Not
but
you, obviously. The
until
answers
now
come.
an answer happens. A no answer happens. A non-answer. And it may sound as if I'm conscious about what I just said, but I'm not. There's no one conscious of that.
It's just coming out.
Exactly. So that's nothing real that happens that I know that it is like that.
The thought came up in the morning to bring you flowers, but I thought maybe we just leave them for the next.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, they're just nice.
They still look nice.
They're still
Yes. Like,
There's one real flower, so to say. So one is real. I took from the field, and
This
all the
one,
others are plastic.
wow, how do you say?
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's usually what happens because usually I don't have anyone caring for the flowers,
Yeah.
so they are there on the first day. The last day they are all.
Some teachers demand them. I know one particular teacher, she's in London, one of my friends was organising the talk and she insisted there'd be flowers there. Last minute, so he was running around trying to find a flower shop and she said there must be flowers.
Angaji? No.
No, it was Marley's Kosheray.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't insist, but I like have flowers. But
Oh yeah,
then
it's funny
during the
though.
days, no one takes care of them. Sometimes one day I change the water or something, but
No, it's nice to have flowers.
the-
But this was like, had to be flowers.
We spoke with the group last night in the pub, maybe after the last time to throw flowers on you. Let's see if it works out.
Rose petals.
Roses, yeah.
Yeah.
Rose petals.
It happened to Tony once. Did you hear about it?
no.
It was at Pax Lodge. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And a guy got up and he just walked over to Tony, and nobody knew what was going to happen, and all of a sudden he went above his head and just put all these rose petals, but you couldn't see what was in his hand.
It was scary.
It was scary, yeah.
Roses, a
Tony
knife.
Boyd.
And didn't you thank him for something? Thank him for...
He's not a rose petal kind of guy, really.
It was something a bit weird, really.
Yeah, it was very weird.
I don't remember.
If he brought up with cans of money and threw, like, you know, 'cause he always jokes about being a businessman, doesn't he? And his Lamborghinis. And
So well, if the thought with the money comes up, of course I would be well.
okay. Okay.
It would help, yes.
Yeah.
Papers or coins?
€1 coin each. Please open your mouth about it for them.
So feel free to throw things at me, whatever.
Careful what you wish for.
Clothes.
Yeah, I know.
Clothes.
Underwear
Yes.
from the girlies. I mean the two women of the group maybe.
Oh, yeah. Don't count me in that.
Can't come home with that.
When your girlfriend asks you how much money do you bring today? I just got to use underwear.
Used underwear, 2 stones, some flowers, some pulled up flowers. So let's have dinner.
there's just nothing, nothing and everything, or nothing being everything, or it's all nothing everything.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's like nothing is waking up to that through these particular body minds, or not that it needs to wake up to it, but it's realizing or just kind of recognizing it. That it's all just nothing everything through these particular,
I wouldn't say it like that. No.
because in other people out there, there are people out there it's not, but here it seems to be
Which
what's
just
happening.
which just would be what apparently happens.
So it is kind of, waking up to that. I'm not waking up, but just
Mm,
seeing beyond the separation or whatever.
One could say so. But in the end, it's just really simply the death of that setup of separation. So the recognition of oneness, if you want to use that term, already is illusory, because there is no real recognition of oneness. So that some people
Yeah.
would just use obvious. It's just obvious.
It becomes obvious, whereas it wasn't before.
Exactly, but this
Apparently.
obviousness already is illusory. There is no real obviousness about something, about a real circumstance, oneness.
About it.
A real thing,
Okay,
oneness.
Could you say that it's obvious but not evident? As in there's no evidence for it, but it's obvious.
It doesn't need evidence.
Yeah. Okay, it's not.
Yeah,
Kind
it's-
of clever.
That's it's not a state of obviousness. Liberation isn't the seeing of oneness. There is no liberation in that sense.
It's the falling away of the illusion
Of separation, and
Yeah.
what's left is what
Yeah.
apparently happens, which seems to include a recognition about that.
Yeah.
But it's not a state of recognition.
No, it's not anything.
So the recognition of oneness is just no thing as the
Yeah.
that we talked about 2 or 3. I don't hardly like to say it, it's kind of inherent. That would be that thing. But it's not happening in time. It's not, as I say, it's not a state of recognition.
Just recognizing or
Which one could almost say it's like a side effect.
Yeah.
It's not, no one cares about that recognition. No one needs to see oneness. No one needs that recognition. It's not that the recognition of oneness somehow adds it up or finally makes it whole or something. That's completely not the point.
No. The realization that already was whole.
Which in a way also is an illusory recognition. It's about, there is no point. It's about nothing. It's whole already as it is. Or, I say, it's not an additional recognition. It's not.
Because it's already the case.
One could say so, yeah.
It's just a falling away of an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's left is what apparently happens. Which is whole already. But not by experiencing itself as whole. It is whole already, without an experience of itself.
As the experiencer falls away.
Yeah. The illusion of an experience.
Of an experiencer, yeah.
But the falling away illusion doesn't even happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Because there is no illusion. Because Because one could say the illusion too is already what apparently happens. So it's already part of the illusion that there is an illusion. So if you say I am is the illusion, there is no I am, so there is no illusion. Which cannot be understood. By that which experiences itself as I am. It's not logic. You can't. It just cannot be understood. To say liberation is the death of something that never existed cannot be understood. It's completely not logical. It's without sense. Can't get.
There is no way.
There's no way. Absolutely. There's no way anyway. No, for me, it somehow is the idea. The idea is that at some point in the future, I will come to the point when I see that. When I can say, wow, now I see it's all one, or it's not separate. And that will never happen. That is the dream. Me will never see that. Me will never stand there alone by itself. Now it's over. I am free. I see oneness, or whatever the story. That just will not happen. Never. Because whenever there is me, there is a seeking set up and a sense of in a sense of unfulfilled. There is no glorious end of the path. No top of the mountain.
No gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, absolutely.
No happy ever after.
No.
You might as well just be with what is.
Doesn't sound really cool. For the me, yeah, so just be what is. You know what Trost means? Was Trost heißt?
Consolation. Consolation?
Consolation, yeah. It's like a
To
consolation.
console.
Console. So I be with what is.
There's no consolation. No.
And this,
No.
yeah,
Mm.
no.
for me, there seems to be a dream going on in which things are real.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, me can't in a way access that it's a dream. For me, everything is only real, including itself.
Can't wake up.
No, of course not. I mean, there is no one having a dream.
Mm.
No one is having a me, or no one is having a dream. Me is the dream. So waking up, one could say, would be death, but there would be nothing that survives, that has, that is awakened, or that has woken
Yeah.
up.
Because there's nothing asleep.
Exactly,
Yeah.
one could say so. There is no one having the dream
Yeah.
of me, and there is no one who can get rid of that dream. Me is the dream.
It's just the dream.
No,
It's not
it just
dream.
is what is.
Yeah. Okay.
Or there is this oneness or wholeness. There isn't just the dream. But only for the me, all there is the dream. Me only knows itself and what it the setup of experience. So all me knows is me. But that's not all there is, of course not.
That's not
No.
Just let it dream away, it's doing no harm.
Sorry?
Just let it dream away, it's doing no harm.
Yeah, of course not. No one. In a way, that it's the dream. There is no real dream, so it's oneness itself appearing as that. So there even isn't the need for someone to wake up, because oneness doesn't care at all, because the dream is oneness to itself already. So there's absolutely no need for oneness to not appear as me.
We're not talking about a person here. It's just one. It's not actually. There's no real person.
Absolutely.
No real,
Yeah. So there is no gain from the death of me.
So things like having to change, having to wake up, having to do, they're not.
This need already is completely illusory
Yeah.
and only part of the dream of me
Yeah.
that experiences itself as I am, and I could wake up into a better state.
Mm.
Because for the me, leaving the dream or death still is assumed to be a personal experience. I've lost my ego. When I've lost my ego, when I've lost my me, no. It's a lot of me's already. At least two. Me and my me.
So in one way, you're not talking to that who dreams. In one way, you're not actually talking to that who dreams.
No, of course not. No, I'm not talking to anything. The talking itself already is in, but it doesn't have a direction. I'm not talking to you. That something over there happened to create an effect over there. That would be a teaching. A teacher would do that. A teacher would talk from a personal standpoint to another personal standpoint in order to create something over there. understanding a shift. No, I'm not expecting that to happen. It's not even intended or seen as a possibility. You're not even seen as someone, or you're not even seen at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? And me might be sitting here in the illusion that something will change out of that, or something finally has to change. The, it needs an effect in a way.
Mm.
But no, that's it. Exactly as it is.
Yeah.
I would know no inch of what could be different or what should be different to make it more whole, or to make it more that, so to speak. No little tension, more relaxed. No hair lying different. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
What do you mean when you say like that's it, that's all there is after that thing? You said like you don't have to worry about the tension and hair or whatever, and then you say that's it. What do you mean by that?
No thing.
But why is it related to the tension stuff?
Because that may be what apparently happens. And me might think
Oh,
that the
okay.
tension shouldn't be there. But there is no that, of course. But one could say what a little bit fits to the that thing, that for sure it's nothing else. That may be where the word that comes in a little bit. Because me, in a way, thinks it can't be what is. It has to be something else and over there. So one could say it is that, but of course that as being no thing, as being the unknown, while the unknown already. It isn't something else, while me permanently assumes that or wholeness or whatever to be something, but also to be something else, something that is beyond that, or which will be in the next moment, but exactly not as it is. It assumes that something has to be different, no matter what, even if it doesn't know, but definitely it can't be what already happens. That's why maybe that comes in. But that cannot be known or understood. So, it's a tricky one. Because what me mostly would make out of it is that moment, or what I experience. That's all me could know. So, you mean all I experience? No, that wouldn't be that. That would be what me experiences, but that's not all there is. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.